Hola and hello. In today's video, we're just going to go over another ranked gameplay. So, in this one, we actually run into a team that wants to play with strategy in mind. We're not just trying to push everything for no reason, trying to take smart fights and positioning throughout the match. So here, I actually made a mistake where I was pushing up without my team, but I also wasn't being like hyper aggressive. So me moving up in the way I did isn't a huge issue, but once I entered the building it was, as I was risking entirely too much moving in like
I
this.
stuck one.
It worked out, but this is something that you should be calling out that you're already in the fight or moving to the fight before you actually start.
Sorry, the other team's fighting them right now. We have time.
I feel like we shouldn't fight this. There's still 16 squads.
Now, this guy is saying this, and I don't disagree with him entirely, but this is one of the few spots that we're going to be able to even move towards. So we either have to take this fight, or we just go camp on the side of ring.
How the fuck did that not hit me?
Most of the time, my teammates don't want to do this, so it seemed abnormal to me, but I wasn't going to fight against it too much, because I get it. Here, we hear a respawn on the left side, so we decide to move up and rotate that way. As we're moving, we hear another respawn on the right side, and this is just because there's so many teams in this area. This is going to have a lot of people running through soon. This Wraith starts a portal, and if they had let me know that they were trying to actually capture them, I would have been watching the portal. But because they didn't, and they only told me that they got someone as they caught them, I didn't get to look at them in time. It's fine. Things will play out that way sometimes. This is just what happens when you're playing with randoms, and you're not used to how they communicate and play, and they're not used to how you communicate and play.
Taking a new angle.
I think, oh, they're
Prey
further
spotted
out.
over there.
I think they might be separated right now.
Now, I rotate this way because I recognize that most of the people were already in a ring when I scanned earlier, so I wanted to scan again for this reason, to know where the best position is for the next ring and where people are at.
There's a solo at carrier.
You want to push that?
Not really. Well, actually, yeah, we're gonna have to take position over there anyways.
Now, as I'm moving up, I don't see this
Two
guy.
teams right here.
Like, I know that he's there, but I don't see him at this very moment. I figured he was already hiding. So as I'm flying up, you know, he's right there. And that's fine. As we move forward, it gets where I'm expecting him to be hiding in a corner somewhere. As you can see, I'm just kind of checking areas and looking around, and then find him right there. Ends up being a quick wipe. I wasn't super concerned about it as we moved up.
I'm gonna watch this team so they can't move up freely. Neither of the things I was trying to ping.
Target
Resin?
here, and they're healing. Prey's tagged. Take them down. Opening. Our prey's healing themselves here.
It's a duo.
Also, me calling out that it was a duo was wrong. It was a trio, but whenever it shows only 2 armors, sometimes it's either glitched out or someone's dropping an armor, and if they don't have an armor, it doesn't show their box. So the point of us doing this is we wanted to apply pressure to them so that they didn't want to rotate towards us, and we know there's a team on the other side of this left wall to the south. And by applying that pressure, they either have to push us or push the other team. And either way, it's going to be hard for them to make this move. And pay attention, even when I'm peeking out, I do use cover a lot so that they're not going to be able to hit me very much, and I don't give them the possibility for an opening to move on us. Second I throw my thermite, it misses, I go ahead and move back. Now here,
I'm not gonna be able to do anything.
I don't shoot this guy as much as I could have because I don't want to die. And there's a good reason for this.
Like, I'm too-
You should play your life more often. Even if you're slowing your death, it's better to play your life, so I had the opportunity to reset by them coming over to help.
My bad kit too.
And by doing this, they don't have to res me, so that
Seconds.
whenever I pop this med kit, I move over to help the Wraith fight, preventing Wraith from getting knocked, and then while she's healing, instead of pushing this guy immediately, I know that she's popping a Phoenix, I don't want to give him the opportunity to wrap. So I sit on her so that she has more time to pop this Phoenix.
Ring closing in 10. Just a shot away. Kill leader. Excellent.
Then, once I know it's almost off, I fly over, and I then prevent that Bangalore from stopping a res. I'm not trying to win the fight right now. I'm trying to allow the Wraith to get the res off. Once they get the res off, I go ahead and start the reset, because there might be another team, which there was, as you can see right here, but luckily this was a solo. But if this was a whole nother party, this is to make us the most likely able to survive the situation. Now that I know this is solo, I'm very confident in trying to force a 1v1, and if I don't wipe, my teammates are right there, so it's fine.
Oh, this sucks.
I'm going that way.
Now you can hear me say this because of the position that we're about to have to move in on. I know that we have to take this side, which I don't really like, but the other side definitely has 2 to 3 teams. So I didn't want to put us in a spot of having to take those 3 teams on. So this was our best option, even though it wasn't a very good option.
We should set up to defend here.
I think we just like hold these boxes.
Let's hold this area.
Now here, my team's trying to take on a different team, but I'm sitting over here making sure no one can rotate on us. And this is what you have to do sometimes, is like, you have to trust your team to make decisions on their own and play their own life while you can potentially hold off other teams. Because you being there and putting off pressure by shooting at people will make them less likely to rotate towards you.
Right here, solo.
Hold. Prey spotted over here.
Is it lifeline?
Yeah. They're going on the other side.
Now, I didn't realize how much Storm was going to do. I kind of figured they were going to get around, but, you know, whatever. Now, I have them throw this heat shield, mostly because I wanted to see if there was extra nades, but also I wanted to get an armor swap ready for us, which it works out perfectly. So I come over, I grab this armor swap. The second I go to drop this armor off, I drop it off, fly back over, and immediately the Loba gets cracked. Now, if she had to pop a bat and they tried to push off of that crack, she would have gone down, right? Having that there made it where I could come up, apply pressure, and it would be fine. I'm peeking just so that I can kind of give my shield out so they can stop their aggression. I also didn't know that Loba had a gold bag or a gold knockdown at this moment, so that works out. And then you'll notice I do this again where I pop my Phoenix, and as I'm popping it, I know I have enough health that I can peek. I'm not going to insta go down, and I use my body to kind of body block while getting info, right? And if I pop this Phoenix as they push us, they're going to think that we're lower than we actually are, which will actually give us the advantage because they're going to be too overly confident in their push. They're going to be like, they're low, they're cracked, and I'm going to be full health. Now the rest of this, there's not a lot to do in these situations where you're pinched between these teams, which is why I didn't really want to be here in the first place, but there wasn't anywhere else to go. But notice I get that med kit off because I continued popping it even though I was getting shot at. This is what you have to do sometimes in these situations.
There's an armor swap you can grab out the box.
And this gravel was perfect from that horizon. It pulled the team into Storm, making them take a lot of damage from Storm,
actually
while
really
allowing
good
them to push
gravel.
up safely.
Not gonna lie.
And it got them the win. They played their part very well in this, but us communicating and cooperating to play for placement allowed us to make it into third place. And a lot of people keep having this issue where, oh, let's not camp, let's not rat. But this wasn't really ratting. This was trying to take the smartest position based off of the team and the skills that we have available. We killed 11 people. That's not ratting. It's playing smart. But we didn't force any fights that we didn't need to. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something. If you did, leave a like, and if you have any suggestions for future content, put it in the comment section below.